What up, guys? One model here, and I'm out here in the old driveway in the back of a Durang, the dirty Durang, and I'm actually gonna put reel on this bait caster. I'm actually gonna mount the bait caster to the rod. I didn't get a chance to do it yet because it's been pretty shitty the last couple of days. I mean, it's been sunny, but yesterday anyway. But a couple of days before that, since I did my other video, this one's just cold and windy, and I didn't feel like doing this. I got work in between too, so finally nice here today. It was like 65 degrees, so sun's going down. It's beautiful out, calm. I'm going to put this thing together, and this ain't gonna be a very exciting, informative. You're probably not gonna learn a lot. I want to put this little video together, this little shooting shit type video, whatever. This will be a nice one to do if I could go live. I think I got a couple more views yet to get to before I can actually go live. So it's getting there slow, but I'm getting there. But anyway, flip you around here. Here in the back of the Durang, the old dirty Durango. There's my trout rods and some of my smaller bass rods already in the back. So the boys out enjoying the motorcycle riding. We got the Berkeley tri-lane here, 12 pound XL. There's the reel, the Cast King. Check it out, sweet little sticker. That'll be going on the back of the Durango. That right there's why I bought the reel. Right? No. Anyway, got the rod set up here on the bumper, and I did not get my GoPro yet, so this is gonna be kind of a dumb video. Just want to put a little something out. Like I said, this would be a cool video to do if I was live. I'm not going to be able to do much of any of this one-handed. So what I'm gonna have to do is pause you in between steps, bring you back, show you what I did. There's plenty of other videos out there, people better set up to show you how to do each individual step. But I will just explain to you. Pause the camera, do it, now I'll be back. But I'm gonna get this on the rod, get this mounted to this. I'll bring you back. Pause you and bring you back, and then we'll put the line on it. And we'll go from there. We'll be right back. Alright guys, got the reel mounted on the rod. Pretty simple. I mean, just like a spinning rod. I mean, it's upside down. Loosen this. Put your bottom tang down in. And then your front tang, which is right here, goes underneath this silver sleeve. Tighten this, that pushes that down over, and it's on pretty much. Make sure this is tight. I mean, you don't have to torque it down, but make sure it's tight, because the back and forth motions and everything over time can loosen them. But it's on there. We'll put the line on, and I'll be back. So just a little tidbit here. If you look at this line, this spool line here, if you see the line right here, it's coming off the top. So you see, if it would turn, it would come off the top, as opposed to down here where my pinky is at the bottom. So when this is coming off onto your reel, you want to make sure it is coming off this way onto your reel. You do not want, in other words, I'm going to put this down. When you're reeling on your line, say I'm reeling, putting on my spool, you want the line to come off the top of the reel, on the top of the spool of line onto your reel this way. You do not want the line to come down off of this spool line onto your reel. That's the wrong way. You want it to come up off the top. Reason is you get twists. You're more prone to bird nests and backlashes, especially in bait casters. So just a little tidbit. Make sure it comes off the top of the line spool onto your reel. Of course, I usually cut about the first 6 inches of line off, just so I get the, the freshest spool possible. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. It's just something I've always done. It's gonna be tricky here with one hand, but now, like I said, this is a 1-piece rod. So if it was a 2-piece, I would break it in half, where I would just have 1 or 2 eyelets if I'm down towards the reel. But since it's a 1-piece, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the line through this bottom eyelet, run it down through, so it's through right there. And now you have your line eye. Now this is going to be hard with one hand, like I said. Try to turn this. Take that same line that you run down through, find your line eye, run it through, now there you can see right there's a line eye, or a spool eye, whatever people want to call it. So it's through. Now is the tricky part, because this does not have any holes in the spool. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to come up over, and I'm going to go down and bring it back around, tie the knot. I'm going to pause you for that, and we'll be back. So guys, a couple little tricks here. What you could actually do, if your reel does not have holes right here, because what you do if you have holes, you tuck the line down in the hole and just reel, and it'll bring it down around to where you can tie your knot. However, some reels like this one don't have the holes, so what I just did this. Hopefully I can do it again. What you can do is lay your line on top of that. Take this little piece that comes on your line, that holds your, the end of your line on your spool. You take that, get you in frame here. Just lay that with the end of your line out, and just reel that. Bring it back around, and then just grab your line and take your little sticky piece off. Just lay that back to the side there. And what you did was you brought your line up around. Now I'm gonna have to tie a knot, so this is not happening with one hand. And put this down, and we'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Got the knot tied. I just used 2 small or 2 tiny overhand knots, and cut the excess off as close to the knot as you can get. Actually cut it, and then I took a lighter to it and got it down more. But that's good. And make sure when you cinch that down, make sure it's this way. Make sure it's in the middle of your spool arm right here. So it's in the middle. Now we're ready to set up and put the line on here. I did soak this for about an hour in hot water, so some of the memory should be out of it. Let me pause you and I'll be right back. So what you could do, a little trick, you're still gonna have to find a way to make it stationary, but what you could do here is take your box and try to do this one-handed. Apologize for the shitty content, but take that, set your line back down in your box, close one side, put one tab down, and put this, close that, but leave this flap open, and run your line out the corner. And as long as you find a place, I'm gonna trying to get that to sit there down in my cargo storage box and between my reel box. I'm going to try to keep that stationary, and as that line comes off onto my reel, it should be able to free float in that box. It usually works for me, sometimes it doesn't. And it is coming off the top, so remember that. We're going to find out here. Let's stand over here so I can get some good. Well, this may not work. So let's see if I can get this started. Let me pause you guys. Can't do this one. So as you guys see, I got it going. Most of it on. I had to adjust my brake and my drag to get it started. But as you can see, you want, now this is mono. Braid and floral is a little different too, but you want between this red ring and the spool of line, you want about a 1/16 of an inch, give or take, between the red ring and your spool. So you want to see about a 1/16 of an inch of black between the red and the spool of line. You see right now I'm at about maybe an 1/8 of an inch, a little more than an 1/8 maybe. So I got a little ways to go. I'm gonna keep cranking and we'll be back. Alright guys, we got her on. Got the line cut off from the spool in the box, and that's what we got. Might be a little less than a 1/16 of an inch there. Definitely is a little less than a 1/16 of an inch, but you can still see black. As long as you see black, or the oddball, whatever coloration you have, in between your ring and your spool, you're fine. It ain't gonna hurt it, as long as it's not up over the red. So this is a full line. I'm gonna run the line up through the eyelets, and we'll be back. I'm gonna show you one more trick. Alright guys, another little trick. You can use whatever. I mean, something stationary and heavy. Obviously, you're not gonna pull a vehicle with your fucking fishing line. But if you got a hitch, you can tie it around the ball. I don't have my my hitch receiver in right now, so I'm gonna tie the line to my rear hatch latch on here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk back till my line is snug. There, it's snug. And pull your drag not all the way tight, because you might snap your line, but tight as you can get it. And this is your drag adjustment here, that spindle looking, not this, the wheel looking thing there. So you want to tighten that, not all the way to where you can't pull it, but if you can see, I am just walking backwards, and I gotta pull a little bit on that. Now I'm not pulling my shoulder out of whack, so you want to pull, keep it kind of straight, and keep walking backwards, and envision, like imagine the farthest cast you might be able to make with this. I'm going to walk to the end of our driveway here to the road, which is it's about 50 yards, because that's where 50-55 is my max, to where I shoot my bow at. I have my bow set up down there. So what you're going to do is you're just stretching this line out. Stretching this line out, getting the memory out of it. As you can see, we're on the road here. We're on the mountain road. Go dogs. Any deer? Oh, no deer. No deer. Alright, so here we just give it a couple of tugs, and now you're going to just walk back to it. Now I'm going to have to put my phone down. I'll just walk back to it and reel it back in. I'll be back. Guys, I'm back. I'm just going to cut this line off here. And that's about it. I'm gonna tie a lure to this quick, see how she casts. But that's a look at it, guys. It is the Cast King Royal Legend 2 baitcaster, left hand reel because I'm not communist. On an ugly stick. GX2, 7 foot. Focus, please. Seven-foot medium action. $8 to 20 pound line. God, this phone is a fucking piece of shit. Don't focus worth the hell. Medium action, 7-footer, ugly stick. GX2. One piece. That's what she looks like in the hand, boys. I'll toss a lure on here. Give her a toss up the driveway here, quick. See how she feels. Feels nice in the hand. But that's about it. Let me know what your guys' favorite setups are. If you have an ugly stick GX2 or any kind of Cast King reels or rods, or any questions or comments or suggestions or whatever, just leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll gladly get back to you. Favorite time of year is coming up, guys. Favorite type of year. Fishing season, man. I live it. I love it. I go crazy without fishing. Anybody who knows me on YouTube or in real life knows how much I love fishing, but it's about here. Of course, our trout season opens in April 1st. There's always them winter smallmouth too you could be fishing for yet. So at least here in PA. Alright guys, that's it. Let me know if you have any comments or questions or whatever. Let me know down in the comments section, and we'll see you guys on the next one later on.